What is going on, YouTube? Z Dragons here, back with another video for you guys. And in today's video, we'll be going over the leader Purple Doflamingo, the last leader I have for OP14 to give you guys a video for. And if you guys are enjoying the content, please make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. The goal for this year is to reach 50 subscribers, and we are currently at 34, only 16 more to go, so try and help a brother out. And now let's get on to the deck list. So we have Don Quixote Doflamingo, who is a monocolor purple leader with 5 life and 5,000 power, and it reads: on your opponent's attack once per turn, Don -1. Select your leader or one of your Don Quixote Pirates type characters. Change the target of this attack to the selected card. So this is kind of working like an Nakama Way card that we saw in EBO1, except now it's built into a leader effect. So we're going to be running 4 of the Sugar Searchers. We're also running 4 of this Dellinger, which on KO searches you, looks at the top 5, gets you a Don Quixote Pirates card, and also lets you ramp 1 Rested Don, kind of negating the Don minus for the leader effect. Running 4 copies of this 2k counter Baby 5, 4 copies of the Sugar, which is a very nice card. 4 costs, 1000 power, 1k counter. On play, add up to 1 Don card from your Don deck instead as active, but the on KO is where it really matters, because if your opponent has 6 or more Don cards on their field, you can play up to 1 Don Quixote Pirates type character card with a cost of 5 or less from your hand. So this allows you to let Sugar get KO'd and then cheat out Rosinante, or cheat out a Virgo, or cheat out a Monet, which seem to be like your more primary targets. We're also running 2 copies of this Baby 5, which on play lets you add a Don from the Don deck as active, but on KO allows you to add a life to the top, add a card from the top of your deck to the top of your life. Very nice to heal. 4 copies of this Rosinante, 2 copies of this 2k counter Monet, 4 copies of this Virgo, who at first I wasn't a big fan of due to the fact that he is a brick, but he is a 5/7, which is a very nice stat line. But then I realized that the once per turn ability, if your Don Quixote Pirates type character would be removed from the field by your opponent's effect, you can just return a Don from your field to the Don deck instead. And you guys will see in a game in this video where essentially this effect works like a 2-cost Rosinante, the green blocker, where you can just save your entire board, as long as it's Don Quixote Pirates type characters. But very nice card, very nice card. Then we are running 4 of this 2k counter Treble. We're running 4 of this 5-cost Monet, which on play lets you add a Don from the Don deck as active, so I'll definitely a lot of ramping in this deck. But the on KO, you can draw 2 cards and trash 1 card from your hand, and then add up to 2 Don cards from your Don deck and rest it. So it does allow us to regain a lot of Don, which is very nice. 3 copies of this 8-cost Doflamingo, and 3 copies of this new 10-cost, which is going to be one of, or probably, which is going to be our best late game option, because the on play Don -3, you get to choose 1 effect. So there is 2 effects to choose from, you get to pick 1. The first one is if your leader has a Don Quixote Pirates type, KO up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 8 or less. And the second effect is up to 3 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 7 or less cannot be rested until the end of your opponent's next turn. And just kind of looking at it now and analyzing it, that second effect, in my opinion, is the better effect, but it's also not leader locked. So this second effect can be used in other decks that are not Donkey Pirates. So keep that in mind, guys. If you guys have any purple decks that you may want to run this in. 3 of the 0 cost Divine Departure, 3 of the 1 cost event Everwhite, which essentially works like a Gear 2. You can ramp or use it as a plus 3k, and 2 copies of the Nora Nora Beam Sword. Alright guys, that's it for the deck list, and now let's get on to the gameplay. Alright, and in this game we'll be versing Purple Black King, and we do see a Dellinger which can be used as a early search, so we will keep the hand, playing out the Dellinger, passing the turn back to King. And our opponent does play out the EBO3 Black Maria, giving Black Maria blocker and allowing to search up to 1 Onigashima from top 5. And playing the Onigashima instantly too, very nice. Opponent swinging 5 into 5. We will take this. Now onto our 4 Dawn turn here. Unfortunately we only have 5 costs here, so not really much we can play out. And not really worth using the 2k here. So we will swing a 5 and we'll swing a 6. Our opponent does take the 5, and now we swing the 6. And our opponent gives us a 2k, and we'll pass a turn. Playing a Prometheus 2k counter. Very interesting. 5 into 2, we will let that go, and the on-KO, gain 1 rested, and search. And we're going to 7 Dawn, so we can play out one of these, and we can play out another Dellinger, or we can keep the 2 Dawn for a Nora Nora Beam. That might be more worth. Yeah, so we'll grab the sugar. Maybe play her out on a later turn. 6 Dawn active. Playing out a EBO3 ulti. Draw 1, trash 1, then play a character with 6,000 power or less, and no base effect. Oh, okay, from trash. That's why they are running Prometheus for the ulti. 7 Dawn turn. We will play out the Monet to gain an active. Then we will swing 6 with our leader. 6,000 power into the king, and they will give us a 2k, and we will pass the turn. We did leave 2 up, so we are threatening a Nora Nora Beam Sword, which is going to be very good for us as they do have a 7k and 6k power attack, or we can even just rest the blocker as well. And our opponent does play out a Queen Searcher, but does not find anything, which is very interesting. I'm wondering what else are they running in their deck. So our opponent's swinging for 5. They have 8 left, 8 active Dawn remaining. We will take the 5, and we see a Virgo. Dawn -2, 2 draw cards, swinging 6, and here we will use the Nora Nora Beam Sword, giving 2k and resting the ulti. And they do play a Crocodile. Now onto our 9 Dawn turn play here. we will play another Monet, gaining another active. And then we will play a Rosinante, trashing a 0 cost event to then draw 2, seeing 2 8 cost Dofis, very nice. And we will swing 5 with our leader into their leader, which later will give us the Black Maria blocker, and we'll end the turn using Rosinante's end of turn effect to restand 2 Dawn. Swinging 10 into 5, we will look to return a Dawn, allow Monet to get KO'd, and then we can draw 2, trash 1, and we will look to trash one of the sugars, and we will gain 2 rested. Now swinging a 7 to 5, we will give the 1k event to go to 8. And a 6 to 5, we will give a 2k. 10 Dawn remaining. I guess we could see maybe like a Kaido Linlin Secret Rare. Or another one of the 10 cost Kaidos. Swinging 5 into 5, we will give the sugar. And what is our opponent going to play for 10? Oh, they play another 8 cost Crocodile, stopping our Rosinante from attacking. And then Dawn -2 to draw 1 card. Now at our 10 Dawn turn, now we can play out our 8 cost Doflamingo to Dawn -1 and play out a Virgo. And now we can look to clear the board a little bit, so we'll swing, or we'll force our opponent, yeah, we'll swing 6 into 6, or 7 into 6, force our opponent to give us a 2k, which they do not, and then we will swing, oh no, we'll keep the 1 active so we can ramp with the 8 costs. No, do we need to? Because 1 8, yeah, no, we don't need to. So we can attach it to our leader and swing a 6 into their leader, which they do take, and we'll pass the turn. Restanding 2 with the Rosinante effect. And King using Crocodile to swing 10,000 power into our leader. First we'll use our 8 cost effect, resting 1 Dawn to then ramp 1 Dawn, and 10 into 5, we will allow the Monet to get KO'd. Hopefully we can find a 10 cost, which we do not, and we can trash 1 card, which we will look to trash the Rosinante. Another 10 into 5 we will take. Yeah, so we trash the Rosinante, that we can play out the 8 cost Dofi to then cheat out the baby 5. 5 into 5, we will give one of these searchers. 7 into 5, this we will look to, it's very rough. Because I do want to be able to play out the 8 costs. Okay, I guess we'll give a 2k in the searcher. Didn't really want to give the searcher. Wanted to keep looking for the 10 costs, but I guess we had to. Ooh. We will return 1 Dawn. Ooh, and And it seems like having the Virgo on the field really helped us out right there. However, we are unable to attack. And we are in a little bit of a difficult spot here, as even if we do play out the 10 cost Doflamingo, we can KO the crocodiles, but he'll just come back for trashing a card in hand. So it might be more beneficial for us to play out the 8 cost Doflamingo. And then play out the baby 5, gaining 1 active. Then we swing 7 and 7. They give us a 2k and a 1k. And then we'll swing another 7. And Rosinante and a turn effect to restand 2. Our opponent most likely looking to go for game here, but we do have our leader effect, which can at least redirect one of the attacks, which would be nice. And they need 3 attacks to go through to win the game. Ooh, it looks like our opponent's not going for game. Very interesting. So we will use our leader effect, and we will redirect it to baby 5. And we'll gain a life. Ten into 6, we will have to let that go. We do not have much counter. Our opponent with 7 Dawn remaining. Yeah, this cattle play would have been a lot better if we did not have Virgo. 5 into 5. We will give it 2k. Because we're going to have to take the 12 into 5. No trigger. Playing out a 3 cost Black Maria blocker. And with 4 Dawn remaining, do they have another blocker that they can play out? Another 3 cost Black Maria blocker, and leaving 1 Dawn standing. Alright, so what can we do here? So they have 1 life. Block, block. Okay, so we need everything to get through, essentially. And I think that's the only play. I think going for game here is our only play here. So this 2 to our leader's 7, 2 to Virgo's 9, 2 more to our leader's 9, so these are all 9s. 10, 10, 10. Is that enough to win the game? Maybe we start with a 9. But we can also give minus 2k. Is it worth... it's definitely not worth to go for Kaido. Definitely not worth. I think it's more worth to go for game here. But we need essentially 2 attacks to go through. Well, 2 attacks are going to get blocked, so you can't counter out. But this could also be just a bait. I mean, has he shown any events? Some 2 cost events. He hasn't shown any 1 cost events here. So it could be a bait. Well, we will see. We'll go 9. It could be Blast Breath though, but I don't think we've seen them ever search Blast Breath. 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, so they did have enough. Okay. So now what is the play? Is the play to just remove Kaido now? So we can attach 3 for 10. Yeah, I think now the play is just remove Kaido. They block. They block. You see, they shouldn't be blocking this because we can get it, because you know, they have no cards in hand. And we end turn, leaving the 1 Dawn active for the event. But yeah, they should not have blocked. They should have just kept their Black Marias up because it is a 4K power, and then they could have used the swing. Because right now they have no cards in hand, so we can go for game next turn. And they drew an Onigashima, so we know this is a brick. Using the leader effect to draw another one. Well, we know one is a brick. And like right here, the situation, they have to go for our board. But we have 2 2Ks and a plus 3K event. Okay, so this, we will use one of these effects to ramp. And then we will not use the effect. And yeah, we will just take this. Because we have to go for game next turn. And I do just want to keep my board alive as long as possible. Or I want to keep my board alive. Like if you want, yeah, like you want to attach everything, that's perfectly okay because so do we have enough counter? Yeah, we have the plus 3 to, yeah, we have enough counter, so we don't have to let anything die. I mean, I guess I should have redirected and then it's easier to counter. But it's okay, it doesn't matter. We just, okay, and that should be game. Yeah, definitely my math was not mathing, but that's okay. We know 1 card in hand is a brick, so we swing 7. And we will swing a 9. And we do win the game. Oh, he had 2 Onigashimas in hand, so 2 bricks. But, yeah, it's, you know what? If we didn't have a Virgo on the field, when they did play out the 10 cost Kaido, the game would have looked a lot different. So good job to our opponent for coming up with a very fun looking deck. And let's move on to the next one. Alright, and in this game we will be versing purple, yellow, Nico, Robin. And we are going first here. We will keep because we do have the ramp card, the ramp event. So we will use that. We'll ramp, gain when rested, and then swing 5 into 5. And they do take, and we'll pass the turn. This game will, yeah, I was about to say, this game is going to be hard because of Nico Robin with Banish. So unfortunately, we will have to let this first card go, which was the Baby 5 to heal. Now on to our 6th Dawn turn. We'll play out a Sugar to ramp more. Touch all 3 to Dofi and swing an 8 to 5, which they do take, and we'll pass the turn. And this card is actually very nice because when they do swing at us, we can just let it get KO'd and then cheat out the Virgo. Yep, that's okay. You attach your 3. I'll use my leader effect. And we'll play out the Virgo. And already like that, we're already on our 8 Dawn turn. So we will swing 5 with our leader. They'll give us a 1k. They gave us a 2k. Oh, they do not have counter. And we're swinging 7. Are they going to take... Oh, wow. This is not good for our opponent at all. Playing out the 8 cost Doflamingo, using the action to return 1. And playing out the 5 cost Virgo, ending the turn. Yeah, wow. They gave us a 2k for a 5,000 power attack. They do not have counter. Playing the 4 cost Perona back to life with the Gecko Moria. Our opponent's swinging 5 into 5. There's really no reason to take this or give counter, so we'll use our leader effect and just redirect it to the Dofi. Another 5. We might take this just because I want to keep the Dellinger to kind of, you know, search. Because we don't have much plays in hand that we can do. So we'll play out the Monet, gaining inactive. And then we will play out the Dellinger, and we're gonna hit pretty big against our opponent right here. Okay, so the question is, do we want to KO the Perona or make them take a life? Because they're gonna wait, do they have... Oh, they do not have anything in trash, so we can look to swing 7, and yeah, we'll give -2 to this Perona. Make it easier for us to KO, which they do take. Playing out the Sindri, which comes in rested. And our opponent just gives up. There was nothing they can do. Wow, they had no counter in hand. Just a 2k, 2 2ks, 2 of the events, which, I mean, when you're playing out the 8 costs, character cards, you only leave yourself with 2 active Dawn remaining. But essentially here we would have just looked to KO the Perona with our leader, and or KO, you know, get rid of the Perona and get rid of the Sindri, swing another big one with the Dofi, but we had definitely enough to survive any crackbacks that they tried to do. So let's move on to the next one. And we will be versing Bello Betty this game. We will go second here. Very nice. We do see Sugar, Dellinger, and the 4 cost Sugar, so we will keep this hand. So I think here our turn 1 play is just going to be play out the Sugar and Dellinger, and then turn 2 play out the 4 cost Sugar. Our opponent playing a Lilith, drawing into a 2 cost Kuma. Okay, so this might change what we decide to do here, because they can just KO the Sugar without us even searching. So it might be more beneficial to just play out the Dellinger, and then we'll pass the turn. Let's see if our opponent decides to play out the 2 cost Kuma. And it's perfectly fine if they want to KO Dellinger because of his on KO, then we get a search. It'll suck that we can't use our leader effect to let Dellinger get KO'd, just so we can prevent 1 attack, but that's okay. I'd rather lose Dellinger to a Kuma KO than lose my 1 cost Sugar. Our opponent on their 3-Dawn turn is trying to figure out what they want to do here. I guess either play out the Kuma, or I guess they had a Morley in hand, so they played out the Morley. Will our opponent use their leader effect and give plus 3k to swing 2 5s? Yes, they will. Pitching the Lindbergh. And swinging 5 into 5. We will use our leader effect here. Let Dellinger get KO'd, and right here, I'm very contemplating between getting the 8 cost or just getting a 2k. Because we're gonna go to 4, we're gonna go to 5, then there's not really much of a target. Like, we might be stuck at 7, so we'll get the 2k. Because we might be stuck at 7. And swinging another 5, we will take this. Seeing the 5 cost Virgo. Now onto our 4 Dawn turn, we will play out the 4 cost Sugar to gain 1 active. Then we will... yeah, we'll attach it and we'll just clear out the board. I think kind of my game plan versus Bello Betty is to just starve them. Like, don't swing into their life. Like, force them to go really low in hand size because... and they... wow. Wow, he just... yeah, my bad. He just KO'd my Sugar with the Kuma. And we didn't even get the on-KO effect because they had 5 Dawn and not 6. Sad. 5 into 5. This one... ooh. We're gonna have to give it 2k. Yeah, we're gonna have to give it 2k, and then I'll take the Morley hit. But look, our opponent is down to 2 cards in hand, which is very nice. Seeing another Sugar search. 7 Dawn turn here. We will play out the Monet. Getting an active, then we will use Sugar to search. And we are at 8, so we can go to 9. Ooh, 10 cost Dofi's gonna be kinda crazy. Yeah, we'll grab the 10 costs here. He's gonna be a little insane. But we have to make sure we do... no, we can use Leader Effect as long as it's on Monet to get KO'd. We'll play out another 1 cost Sugar. And then I'll swing 5 into their Morally 5. It's okay. Give me a 1k. Or a 2k. Just give me a card out of hand. Just give me a card out of hand, Bello Betty. I want to keep you at a low hand size. 2k. Yeah, there. Easy. And we'll pass the turn. 2 cards in hand here. Folks, Bello Betty has 2 cards in hand. This game is going to be very hard for them. And we have 2 searchers, mind you, on the field. So... oh, are they... oh, wow. They're actually pitching their stage. Playing out their 2k counter Kuma. With now they have no cards in hand, which is perfectly fine. I'm okay with leaving Bello Betty to just play with 1 card in hand the whole game. Until we are ready. They'll swing 8 into us. Now, I cannot use my Leader Effect here, because then I can't play out 10 cost Dofi next turn. Unless I let Monet get KO'd. That's the only way. Because then she can add 2 Dawn cards. So, yeah, we will let Monet get KO'd here. Draw 2, we gotta trash 1. And I think we're gonna trash the 8 costs here. Right? Unless, do we want to play out the 8 costs to then spam bodies, but then 10 costs can stop attacks? Or just like trash Virgo? Yeah, we'll trash Virgo, gain 2 rested. Because 8 costs can still cheat out the Rosinante. Swing 6 into 1, yeah, we'll let that go. I wonder if they'll swing with the blocker. 6 into 5, we do have a 2k we can give. And guys, whenever we can get out of a Bello Betty attack with using the least amount of cards in hand, we will do that. 7 to 5, we will take this. We found a Virgo anyways from life. And we draw into another Virgo too. Okay. To play out the 10 cost Doflamingo, or to just play out the 8 cost to cheat out more bodies. Very hard decision here. But I do think we want to play out the 8 cost. I think we just want to cheat out more bodies. And which body do I want to cheat out? The Rosinante to draw, but then we have to trash a 0 cost event. Is it worth it? Or just a Virgo? I think we'll just do the Virgo. And we'll swing 5 into the Morally. Just get rid of the Morally here. And call me crazy, but I think we'll just swing with the sugar into the Kuma. Just get rid of their board. That's all we want to do here. Just get rid of their board. Any means necessary. You have to let it go. You have nothing in hand. There's nothing to think about. And we will pass the turn. Bella Betty, 1 card in hand. Playing out the Kuma. Okay, so he wants to KO my sugar. So we will use the Virgo effect to protect, just on -1. Either way on their attack, we can ramp 1. And they just concede. There is nothing they can do if we just make them play with 1 card in hand, and we had 6 cards in hand. 6 cards in hand. I feel sorry for my opponent, but that's okay because we got the win. And now we will move on to the next game. Alright, and we will be versing a black-yellow Gecko Moria. And we will take first. Very nice. We do see the 1 cost event here, as well as a sugar. So we will play out the, actually, we will play out the Dellinger here. Because we're going to ramp again with the 1 cost event, so we'll have is no active to the new sugar. But we have Dellinger here that can, we can KO with our leader effect. And our opponent playing out the event, searching, finding a 2 cost 2k counter Prona, and also playing out a Sindri to fill up the trash. Now on our 3 Dawn turn here, we will use the event, and we'll swing 5 into their leader. They do take no trigger, which is very nice for us, and we'll pass the turn. They're swinging 5 into 5. We will use our leader effect, allowing Dellinger to get KO'd, gaining arrested back, and oof, Rosinante. But there's a Rosinante, but there's no event, right? That we can. We'll grab the Monet. 2k counter Monet. And we are forced to get rid of a card. We're going to 6, so the Searcher will be nice if we play one of these 2 on top. So we might have to lose a 2k. We'll lose the Baby 5 2k. Kind of unfortunate, but that's okay. Ooh, we do see a 5 cost Monet though, so we'll play with the 5 cost Monet, gaining an active. Then we will search with the sugar. Grabbing a 10 cost Dofi because we do have the Monet. If we KO, gain 2 rested Dawns, and then we'll swing a 5 at their leader. Probably gonna give us a 1k, and they do give us a Dr. Hog back 1k, and we'll pass the turn. So the situation here, we are definitely going to let our opponent KO the Monet so that we can play out the 10 cost Dofi next turn, which is going to be insane because they're on their 6 Dawn and then we're about to drop a 10 cost Dofi on them. And they are running the Thriller backstage. Very interesting. I do not run the stage in my black yellow Gecko Moria list, but they do run the stage playing out the Sindri off the stage to fill up more trash. And swinging 2 into 1, we will let that go because we want to get Monet KO'd. Please just swing 6,000 power. And they do play out the ores. 6, yep, we will return a Dawn, allow Monet to get KO'd. Trashing a 0 cost event, gain 2 rested. And we will take this. Seeing another 10 cost, very nice. Now we can just stack 10 costs on our opponent. Playing out the Doflamingo. Returning 3 and forcing our opponent to not rest. And swinging 5 into their leader. Which they do take and will pass the turn. Unlucky for Gecko Moria not hitting any triggers so far this game. Ooh, but the Dawn -3 is going to bring us back to 9. So we are going to be a little bit behind. So I guess you would want to have an 8 cost Dofi already in play with the 5 cost Rosinante before dropping the 10. Because then Rosinante can restand 2 and then allow the 8 cost Dofi to then ramp you 1 on your opponent's attack. Our opponent playing out a Perona blocker from EBO3. And now I'll play draw 2 and trash 2, fixing their hand. Which seems like they do have some bricks because they did trash and ores. Swinging 9 into 5. This we will look to take. Finding a 2k off life. And now we're on our 9 Dawn turn here. So we will look to play out a baby 5, gaining 1 active. And we will play out a sugar. Unfortunately we can't gain 1. And play out a Dellinger. Attach 1 to our leader. We'll swing 6 into 5. They give us a 2k, and we'll swing a 10 at their leader, which they will give us the blocker, and we'll pass the turn. Gecko now on their 10 Dawn turn. Will we see the 8 cost Gecko Moria here? Are they running the 9 cost Boa Hancock? So our opponent playing out the 8 cost Gecko Moria. And then what are they going to cheat out? The 4 cost Perona blocker. And then Jigoro the Wind. KOing Jigoro. And playing out in a Nupe to fix their hand again, draw 2, trash 2. Trashing a Jigoro the Wind. And the Thriller Bark stage. Swinging 7 into 5 here. We will use our leader effect, allowing them to KO the sugar. So we can play out the 5-cost Resonante. And unfortunately we do not have an event, so we cannot use the effect. And another 7 into our leader, which this one, we'll look to take this one. Seeing the 0-cost event, and now an 8 into our leader. This we will give 2 2Ks. Now onto our 10 Dawn play. And we will again stop our opponent from resting 3 of their 7 costs or less. So it'll be their blocker, their ores, and their Perona. And swinging 5 at their leader. They give us a 1K, 6 at their leader. They give us a 2K and a 10 at their leader, which they do take. And they do see a hogback trigger, bringing back 8 ores from the trash. And we will pass the turn, restanding 2 Active Dawn. Let's see what opponent has planned to do for this turn. Because I think we do look for a game next turn. But I guess we can also let Baby 5 get KO'd and draw one. Or gain a life. But I just don't know if we are going to be able to survive another turn. Playing on an 8-cost Gecko Moria. Will our opponent bring back a blocker? Is that their strategy here? Yep, bringing a Perona blocker. So now they have 2 blockers as well as a life. And we're going to have a solid 4 attacks. Seven into 5. We will take this because we don't want to allow them to go for a board just yet. Eight into 5. We will this is tough. This is tough because we can't go into our 10 Dawn turn. We will take this because we're gonna have to go for game next turn, and we will use the effect, and we will allow Baby 5 to get KO'd, Dawn minus, gain a life. Yeah, we need to go for game. But they do have 2 blockers, so it's gonna be, it is gonna be tough. It is gonna be tough. So I can go 6, 7, 7, 10, 10. 6, 7, 7, 10, 10. Let's see if the math works. Oh, they take the 6. They take the 6. Okay, so now we go 7. Oh, it's over. Perfect. Perfect math, guys. We had perfect math that game. Awesome. Yeah, I don't know about this Gecko Moria list. I don't like the Thriller Bark stage. I understand the logic to bring back their cost 2 or lower so they can just KO with the leader, but I just don't think it's the correct build. Well, if you guys are enjoying the content, please make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. We are going for 50 subscribers for before the end of the year. So we are getting close, guys. We're at 34, 16 more to go. Please see if you guys can help me out and hit the subscribe button. Alright guys, I'll catch you guys at the next video. Peace.